Goodwin.
Thanks to AARP for hosting this event and to all the candidates that were able to come out today. I do want you to know my name is Regina Goodwin. I'm a candidate for State Representative District 73. I want to start where Norris left off. Let's start there. We have been embarking on this campaign and meeting folks in the community, and we're meeting some and others we've worked with over decades, because Tulsa is a small community, and I think you all know that we share the same problems, and hopefully we can share some of the same answers. But what happens in our community oftentimes is that because we're in District 73, and to be quite frank with you, because we are black folk, oftentimes we get the short end of the stick. And if anybody disagrees with me, just raise your hand. So, I'm not saying anything that's separatist, I'm not saying anything that's segregationist, what I'm saying is fact. And this community in particular, we have special needs, we have special issues, and we have some folks that can deal with issues, but we don't have the right heart sometimes to let those dollars get into this community the way they go into other communities. And really, when it comes down to it, it's just a matter of, is somebody going to do the right thing? And so, in order for folks to do the right thing, we have to have folks at the table that are having the right voice, having the right facts, and the right fire when they need it, to bring us to a better place than where we are right now, because we are, I promise you, in District 73, we are better than our present circumstances. Look around, it looks like the tale of two cities, right? You got north side, you got south side, and it's been that way for a long time. I've been in this city for 52 years. Been in this city 52 years. I come from a family that says you need to serve. I come from a family that says you're only as good as what you give to other folks. So that's what we do, and we have been doing. So when we talk about Emerson, I sat in on that meeting. I've been to school board meetings, I've been to the park board meetings, I've been to the city council meetings. I was in that meeting. I did speak to the ballot. I did say about it. Why now do you want to enhance Emerson? Why now do you want to expand Emerson? This school has been sitting in this community for a while. This community deserves progress and a school that's beautified, right? But don't do it now because you're catering to the downtown population, just like he said. Nothing about that is right. Nothing about that is right. And guess what? In that particular meeting, there are probably 4 black people, probably 40 white. So you, me, the power, we says we've got to get back to our best selves. Our thing is not just some words that says we are only going to go as far as we are going to go. So I had to question myself, why weren't we present in that meeting on that night to speak for ourselves? So as we go through this, I say to you, if I were to be elected, that seat does not belong to a person, it belongs to the people in Oklahoma City. It doesn't belong to a person, it belongs to the people. So as you would, if blessed to be elected, would hold me accountable, I'm going to be looking right back at you and saying, what are we doing together? How are we working on this together? And when we stand strong, we stand informed, we'll do a lot better. So, Norris, as you talked about Emerson, then you also have to talk about all the other schools that were closed down in this community, right? And we were there. We were at the meetings, we were vocal, we had the data, we talked about how it's going to be a shame if you close these schools down, and it's certainly going to be a shame if you're picking and choosing which schools stay open and which schools, and that's what they did. And when we told them don't do that because you don't have enough children, they did it anyway. And then 4 years down the road, they came back and then they tried to reopen those schools because you had overcrowding. If you all have children, you know there's an overcrowding problem in Tulsa public schools. Anybody can identify with that? Anybody know that we had an overcrowding issue as it comes to our schools? Okay, that means I think you guys have children involved in the school system, right? And we tried to tell them that. So some of the stuff we can see. Let's talk about policy at the state level. Just talking about education. You have legislators that are not educators. So oftentimes they're doing a curriculum and they're putting money into a curriculum and it only lasts 3 years. And when the money's gone and the money was good and all the folks got kind of wealthy off of it, teachers didn't get a chance to learn the curriculum. They could not pass that on to the student. And you end up with a hot mess that we have that's called Tulsa Public Schools. Fabulous teachers, folks doing the best they can with what they have, but when they're not providing the tools, they're not provided with monies from the state, you can only do so much with so little. So that's a problem that we have when we have these rollover curriculums that are not being taught properly, not being learned properly, and the result is we have children that are not being educated properly. And then you're not paying our teachers properly. So that's why they're fleeing to Texas, Kansas, all the outlying areas. We know this, Jonathan, because we too have been in the schools, right? We've been in schools, not only we go to the schools to visit, we've taught in the schools. From the grassroots level, I volunteered my time to be in these schools, to be close to the children, to see what's really going on, and that's the only way you can really find out. So as we talk about from the home to the dome, the folks with the answers are right here. Not necessarily in the Capitol. Hopefully in the Capitol, that's where we're going to be listening. That's where we're going to be taking the best ideas and implementing what you guys have been saying all of your lives. If we were just listening to you guys, we'd be a lot further ahead. So we talk about education. I was very much involved with the Deborah Brown Community School when at the state level they wanted to say that our school was unconstitutional. We fought that. We got the facts. And guess what? They found that we were correct. But guess what? If you don't challenge folks, you don't have to act like you like stuff. Stand strong, stand with the facts, and keep it moving. Been so many issues that we've been involved in as it relates to education. We got African American studies in the high schools. We were told